been seeing this pattern for years. I love creativity, I love hobbies. A few years ago, I felt like I didn't have enough time to do them. I didn't have enough time to pour into them or explore them. And so I craved having more time for creativity and messing around with my hobbies. But I noticed that it was also a wider trend. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't have time for their hobbies, which is why they end up having like this era of like, oh, I'm gonna refine myself, I'm gonna focus on my hobbies. But like, it was like not your average, like, oh, I'm going to rediscover myself phase, like not the average rediscovery phase, but literally very specifically hobbies and creativity. Basically, everybody's restarting their hobbies. Every single time I go on Threads, I am bombarded in the best way possible, because I love it, by people saying they are getting back into their craft, by people saying that they're restarting, you know, a hobby or skill they haven't done in a really long time. Or there are people who are starting brand new hobbies, brand new skills. They're like, I want to do glass blowing, I want to do scrapbooking, I want to do ballet, I want to do all things under the sun, photography, coding, all the things, literally all the things, which I love. A lot of craft clubs started popping up around the city, a lot of like journaling workshops and like vision board workshops. And even now I'm seeing this trend flourish even more. I'm on the side of Threads where it's like creativity and hobbies and whimsy. And it's just a lot of people talking about like, oh, I took my first adult ballet class. Oh, I started scrapbooking for the first time in a really long time. It's like everybody is restarting their hobbies. It's very noticeable how much more vocal people have been in recent years, in recent months, especially like for this particular year. People are like, it's my hobbies era, and I feel like we should talk about it. I'm really happy to be seeing this, and I'm also like, we need to keep it going. Like, I want to see it flourish even more, because I think it's something very important that's happening. Okay, so if you're new to impacttab, I define hobbies in a very specific way. A hobby is a creative outlet for an interest or skill. I'm gonna say that again. A hobby is a creative outlet for an interest or skill. I feel like that's a more flexible and more empowering definition for hobbies, because like the hobby itself is just the creative outlet. It's just you placing your expression in a different form and allowing you to explore these different parts of your creativity and these different sides of yourself. And you know, sometimes people get into the details, the nitty gritty of like, oh, should you monetize your hobby? Should you not monetize your hobby? Like, oh, if it's a hobby, that means it's not something that's monetized. Is it your hobby or is it your profession? Blah, 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 things like that. Y'all, like, for me, it's just a hobby is a creative outlet. You want to monetize it? Go ahead. You don't want to monetize it? That's fine. It's okay. You can do both. You can do either. I don't know. That's the definition that I go by, and that's the definition that works for me, because some of my hobbies are monetized and some of them are not. Or, oh, the lighting is back. Not completely back yet. It's not completely back yet. But yes, anyway, even in part of my like personal lore, it's like, is your hobby your profession or is it not your profession? Because do you monetize it or do you not? For me, it's both. My main hobbies are dance, writing, and crochet. Writing is something that I do as a profession, and I do it just as a hobby. And this is kind of where like some of the origin for impacttab came from. Because I was doing writing, I burnt myself out, and I mainly burnt myself out because I wasn't spending time, I wasn't pouring into it, maybe as I should have, to keep the love and the creativity for it alive. Dance I also do professionally, but my love for dance is like a little bit more automatic. I'll say that. It's more, I feel like it's more automatic. Like, it's the thing that I do unprovoked at all times. Like, you do not have to worry about me dancing. I didn't get to pour into it as much as I have wanted to over the years, but it's something where like, even if I'm just dancing like at home, bumping into furniture, I'll do it. Whereas with writing, I really had to be more intentional about making time for it and trying to create a routine and a healthy habit, a healthy hobby habit to maintain that creativity and continue to nurture that skill and to really build a bond with my craft, which is one of the main reasons why I'm so excited to see more people talking about getting back into their hobbies, because that's the whole thing. It's like giving people more time to build a bond with their craft and their creativity and the things that they love. That's what I'm so excited to see these days. Actually, I think it's also a good time for me to mention a quote that I really love, but I forget which. Okay, I'm gonna read a quick quote for you. Okay, ready? Don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive and go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. That was said by Howard Thurman. I really love that quote, and I feel that it truly reflects, once again, the origin story and the kind of fuel behind why I'm doing impacttab. I'm doing impacttab, of course, for myself, but also for the community in general. I prioritize my hobbies. I prioritize creativity. I prioritize having time to explore different sides of my expression. And I want to definitely help people do that, but more so my focus is to create a space that allows people to do that. There's a clip of Tupac, and I always knew about the quote, but the longer clip, I've seen a longer clip of it that added more context to it that's beautiful. But anyway, just focusing on the quote, he basically says something along the lines of how, like, with his music and stuff, and like him speaking out, that he's not necessarily trying to be the person to change the world, but that he guarantees he'll spark the mind of the person who changes the world. So that quote, but differently for me, is that it's not that I think that I'm personally going to spark the mind of the person who will change the world, but one of the kind of personal side quest missions that I've made for my own life and how I'm trying to show up in the community. One of my aims is that I want to encourage an environment that allows that person to find their spark. Each person, really. So it's not about like, oh, I think I'm going to spark the mind of the person who changed the world, but like, I want to create a space that allows people to find their spark, and I guarantee as people find their different individual sparks, that one of them is going to change the world. And matter of fact, a few of them are probably going to change the world, because each person has their own contribution to, you know, our community overall. So that's more so what I lean towards. Not that I'm going to spark necessarily specifically into changing the world, but I hope that I, you know, create a space, encourage a space where you feel more empowered and more supported to find that spark and to explore that spark. Which is why I'm so hyped about like people being more vocal and saying, I want to try a new hobby. I want to get back into this thing that I haven't done in a really long time. Prioritizing that creativity, prioritizing expression, prioritizing rediscovering or finding new sides of yourself. It's officially hobby era, and you don't want to miss out on this. Okay, first of all, this is your perfect excuse to start your hobbies. You watching this video right now is a sign for you to start your hobbies. If you felt like you never had an excuse to do it before, do it now. And I always talk about this thing about like the perfect excuse. So the perfect excuse is you kind of noticing these small gaps of opportunity for you to follow something or engage your craft. And this has helped me so much personally in my hobbies journey of just whenever there's something that looks like it could tie. And this is how I get myself to do my hobbies, to like integrate my hobbies and blend my hobbies into my life naturally. I look for any excuse to do them. So if there's a small opportunity that I might be able to tie my hobby into something else, I try to do it. Or if there's a gap in my schedule and I suddenly can go on a little side quest that involves my hobby, I try to do it. So for you watching this video, this is your perfect excuse. Like, here you are, take it, there you go. You have now full permission to go and do whatever hobby, whatever, creative outlet allows you to express yourself, to explore your interests or your skills or new skills and new interests. And of course you might need some tools to do that, right? You might need a dance studio like where I'm at right now. You might need a journal. You're definitely probably gonna need a calendar. You're gonna need to integrate it into your calendar. You might need an accountability partner. Maybe your hobby involves a team or crew. Maybe you can subscribe to newsletters or blogs or even Instagram pages. Join communities. I go to different pop-ups around the city. I look for special events. I try to do co-working sometimes. I go to the library. I also have my HT squad. It's my hobby themed Notion templates. It allows me to create a structure for knowing how the progress is building in my hobbies. So it's not like I just do one hobby session and then I stop and then I forget everything that I've done. It's more like I will, let's say writing, right? I start to think to myself like, oh, I write like this, I have this kind of style, like, oh, I actually want to explore this kind of style next. Like, oh, I noticed that I use this word a lot. Like, oh, today I tried not to use this word a lot. And stuff like that, so that I'm not just doing the same things over and over again, but I'm building a bond with my craft and I'm making progress. And not only am I making progress, I know what progress I'm making because I'm intentional about keeping up with my hobbies. Okay, I think I'm gonna end this here and I will see you guys next week.